So let's take a look at an example of capturing and analyzing DNS. So there are many packets that travel through your network. Even when you're doing nothing on your computer, many services send and receive info. For example, Windows Host Discovery, Windows Update, another application update. This software is broadcasting messages from your PC behind the scenes sometimes. So Wireshark's still going to capture that activity. So therefore, once you start capturing packets in Wireshark, you're going to see these lists grow really fast. So simply press that stop button in the top left corner of the Wireshark software. Press stop once you've collected the type of protocol you want to analyze. So say I want to analyze TCP. Once I see in the middle column there that TCP has been captured a few times in my protocol, great, I have something to analyze, right? Now once you see all these captured frames, each line is one frame. So at the bottom of this window, you can see content from that given frame in a hexadecimal view and in a text view in the bottom right. So you see all the numbers on the bottom left, that's hexadecimal, and then in the middle next to it on the bottom, on the right, that's the text view. So I know a few guys who actually like to look at the hexadecimal view, but the best idea for analyzing each given packet is to use the middle part of this window. In this part, Wireshark displays the packets line by line and displays each header and each type of layer in a human readable form. So let's have a closer look at the middle part of the window. So for this example, I started a capture, then I opened a browser and went to google.com, then I came back into Wireshark and clicked stop to stop the capture. I selected one of the frames in the list that is marked DNS. That means that frame contains a packet of a UDP segment, and the UDP segment contains DNS as an application layer protocol. So in the middle part, we can see all these layers. Just simply click the plus or minus sign next to each one of those layers. So as you can see, I click the domain name system or the application layer. So we can see in this case that my PC, which is 212.192.133.33, asked my DNS server, which is 212.192.133.11, to query the name apis.google.com. So that is a standard procedure for accessing any website, because we should know its IP address first. We can expand and analyze any layer in this part of the window. For example, we can see our DNS request was encapsulated into a frame with the source MAC address of AC22.0B.CD.61.4D, which is my MAC address, and the destination MAC address right here, destination 005056 BE19 0E. Then the type of IP was 0 times 0800. Then I would just click the plus or minus sign to expand Internet Protocol, and then I can analyze all the packet headers within the Internet Protocol. We can see, for example, that we use version 4 of IP. There's also a version 6 in some networks, but this is good to know. Then we can see the length of our header, which is 20 bytes. Then I can see my TTL is 128. If I close Internet Protocol, I keep scrolling down, I can see it was UDP, or User Datagram Protocol. And then I can see the source port and destination port. And if I go back to Internet Protocol, I can see the exact source IP address and exact destination IP. So you can pull a ton of information by expanding all these different layers once you click a captured packet. So to further analyze the UDP protocol, let's look at the source port, 53535. This is just a random port that used my Windows to send the DNS request. And then destination port 53, this is a standard number for any DNS server. And then the final thing to expand is the domain name system, or DNS. This is the application layer of the actual DNS protocol. So by analyzing the flag section, we can see what type of DNS this was. This was a query or a question, not an answer, for example. So like I said, everything you do on your computer, and even behind the scenes, there's a lot of things happening, and Wireshark can capture a lot of stuff. So there could be thousands of frames in this table. So I like to use the filter option to filter only frames that we want to analyze. So for this example, let's try to find answers from our DNS server. So for this, we can do two things. Click the expression button right here next to the filter field, or we can select the drop down and choose a previous filter. So I click the expression button, and in this pop-up window, we can choose specific filter frames, packets, segments, using any field from the header in these packets. So in our case, we can simply condition the filter so it allows us to see all information about DNS. So for the DNS, this is under UDP, so we select UDP, and I want to pick up both source and destination ports. So we select that one, source or destination port, then select equals equals, because we want to match this port exactly, and then we type in 53. Remember, if the destination port equals 53, it's a DNS request. If the source port equals 53, it's a DNS reply. So as you can see now, there are only DNS queries and replies in this list. We can use additional filters such as IP addresses and so on if there's still too many entries. However, in my case, it was easy to find the one that answers about the website google.com. So I opened it by double-clicking the frame or packet, and then I expanded the DNS answers section by clicking the plus mark next to DNS and then clicking the plus mark next to answers.